all the world be silent before God. Then one of the elders said, "These in white robes, who are they, and where did they come from?" I answered, "Sir, you know." And he said, "These are they who have come out of great tribulation. They have washed their robes in the blood of the Lamb. We gather together to bear witness to the washing away of the tears of African and diasporic women, the tears of the ancients for the birthing of a mighty race, a race with justice in our loins and righteousness in our hearts. And God shall wipe away the tears from their eyes. The tears of the warrior women, Nanaya Asantewa, Fannie Lou Hamer, Marie Jean, and God shall wipe away the tears from their eyes, the tears of the poets and artists, for our voices to be heard, for expressions to be embraced, for our creativity to be celebrated. And God shall wipe away the tears from our eyes. The tears in the darkness of the middle passage, the dark corners of the neighborhood, the dark cells of incarceration, and souls dark with grief. And God shall wipe away the tears from our eyes. The tears of exclusion, marginalization, segregation, classism, sexism, and servitude. The tears of fearing to be anonymous, invisible, alone. And God shall wipe away the tears from our eyes. The tears of our children, the tears of the unborn children, the tears of the stillborn children, the tears of the aborted children, the tears of the barren wombs, the tears of the orphaned children, the abandoned, the disabled, the teased, the hungry, and the homeless. And God shall wipe away the tears from their eyes. The tears of exclusion from education, opportunity, health care, a chance, a very real chance. And God shall wipe away the tears from our eyes. The tears of longing for our men to be free, our sons to be whole, our brothers to rise to their destiny. And God shall wipe away the tears from our eyes. The tears of a love so strong that words fail us. A love so pure we can't deny it. A love so sweet its echo can be heard throughout the universe. And God shall wipe away the tears from our eyes. These are the tears of the women and girls victimized by sexual violence in times of war and times of peace, in the streets and in our homes, from strangers and relatives. And God shall wipe away the tears from our eyes.
All right.
Listen to the tears from the souls of the women whose minds have left them, or whose bodies have been invaded by HIV/AIDS, STDs, cancer, lupus, high blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, and fear. And God shall wipe away the tears from our eyes. The tears of our daughters who want to live whole and free, beautiful lives of purpose, power, and integrity. The tears of our daughters who watched our tears and the grandmother's tears and the tears of the witnesses that surround us in the glory realm. The tears of our daughters who carry the jewels of the race in their womb. And God shall wash away their tears from their eyes. And the promise of the word is, weeping may endure for a night. We celebrate the soil of Haiti, where our brothers and sisters' blood is crying from the ground for mercy, crying from the ground for justice, crying from the ground for solidarity. And God is raising up a mighty race who will reach out to the north and reach out to the south and reach out to the east and reach out to the west and raise up this mighty race. God has washed away the tears from our eyes.
We can do this. Yes. This is the resolve we have to awaken with every single day. I mean, we know the pain, we know the suffering. From coast to coast, around the world, Black women, along with our people, we have suffered and we have struggled. The wonder is not why so many women are broken. The wonder is not why so many women have lost their minds and their way. The wonder is that we are here. We are here. That we have survived, that we are thriving. That is the wonder. And today what we're going to focus on, we're going to raise the issues that are important to us. The things that may be barriers that stand in the way of our empowerment, but that's not where we're going to dwell. Because today we're really focused on solutions. Yes. We're going to raise those issues and we're not going to be able to talk about everything. But what we do address, we're going to try to find ways to understand those issues and how we can mobilize around them and how we can continue to empower ourselves. And we have to always, not just during Black History Month or when there's a family reunion or not even when we gather in worship service, whether that's the mosque on a Saturday or the church on a Sunday or every day as some people do go to worship. But in our hearts every day we have to hold a memory of what we have done as Black women. When I lose my way and people think that, if you're known and, make a little bit of money that you never feel depressed. I know that even women who are leading congregations as you are, with your beloved husband, when people see you in a high place, like a Sister Adelaide Sanford or a Dr. Barbara Justice, who is really just healing people in our Harlem community, people think that you too don't shed tears. No matter who you are, no matter how much education you have, no matter how strong you are, life is going to knock you down. But when you're strong from the inside, when you understand what you come from, life may knock you down, but it doesn't knock you out. Sometimes you just need to catch it. There are so many times when I doubt and fear and don't believe that I could take that next step, and people have put me on a pedestal. I want to step right down off of that because I'm just a regular girl from East Harlem, you know what I mean, who God has blessed abundantly, and I know what I owe my people because of the bounty that I have. And when I lose my way, and when I doubt and I fear, you know who I think about? I think about Mary McLeod Bethune, a hero to me. A woman who, like me, was a single mother, who left a marriage and her home in the South and moved further south to Daytona Beach, Florida, at the turn of the century. And in her mind, she was holding a dream that she could create schools, or a school for black girls. Nobody in 1904 was thinking about educating black girls. Mary McLeod Bethune did not have money. She didn't have the physical resources, but she had the spiritual power inside of her, knowing that when you have the right idea and you're trying to do the work of the people, God just opens the way for you, and she moved right on down there to Daytona Beach, Florida, with her little son Albert, who was 5 years old. There was no school building awaiting her. She didn't have dollars, she had $5. She went and gathered up all the little broken pieces of furniture from a city dump, found an affluent white gentleman who owned a little broken down building and asked if she could start her school there. He said, okay. You know how she made the money for the school? Because, you know, it's necessity that is the mother of invention. We wouldn't know our power. We wouldn't know God's grace if not for our challenges. And everything that happens to us, no matter how painful and shameful it is, even slavery. I'm not saying that was in divine order, but what has happened is black culture has spread throughout the world, and we are here, and on our watch, we know that we can do the healing because we have everything that the generations of women before us had, and the technology, and the education, and the affluence that they didn't have. Like Mary McLeod Bethune, she sold sweet potato pies to the brothers who were working the railroad to try to get the money to build her school. And we know what we call that school today. That school that was started in 1904 with $5 is now Bethune Cookman College with about 7 campuses and doing phenomenal work. All good things are possible. And we see where black women have ascended to today. We are leading corporations, building our own businesses, leading in state government, leading in national government. Black women, as we sit here, we know we're winning the gold right there in Greece, in Athens. We're winning the gold. Black women as artists, as writers, as poets, healers, teachers, doctors. We're doing it all, and we're doing it well. And what we're going to do today is really focus on how we can widen this circle and bring into a place of healing and wholeness our sisters who really are broken, our sisters who can't see a way. And I know that I'm only standing here because there were people who believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. And so I'm going to introduce to you Barbara Justice, who is co-convening with me today. You know, this is the sister who really helped to extend Kwame Ture's life.
That's right. That's right.
She helped to heal him over those years before he made his transition. So it is my honor and joy to introduce to you my co-convener, Dr. Barbara Justice, who's going to introduce our panelists.
Hotep. God bless. It's wonderful to be here with you all today. I mean, this is a magnificent, historic experience. It's a divine experience. We are here for a reason. We are here to accomplish. We are here to teach, to grow spiritually, and in a reality-based kind of material sense to help our brothers and sisters in Haiti. And as we learn and as we grow, to spread that word throughout the diaspora and finally to take it home, that we are one people, that we are here for each other, and that as one prospers, we will all prosper, and as one falters, we will all falter. So we have to be together. We have a magnificent panel this afternoon. Let me say that this magnificent panel could have come from all these sisters right here, or all these sisters right here, or all these sisters right here. So we have powerhouses here. We just couldn't, you see how many we have. And we know that we have talent all throughout this ship, through our people, through the sisterhood. Each one of you is a survivor. Each one of you has accomplished. Each one of you has expertise. Each one of you has information and spirit to share with all of us. So what we did is we took a sample. Okay, the first sister who did our ritual, and Sister Susan has already, first of all, let me say Susan Taylor.
Yes.
Because Susan didn't introduce herself. But that's okay, let's just keep going. But we love you, and we all know you. That's why you didn't have to introduce yourself. Okay. To my left, Reverend Cecilia Williams Bryan. She's the Episcopal Supervisor of the African Methodist Episcopal Church. She's ministered in 15 states, from Alaska to New Mexico and St. Louis to Los Angeles. Oh, those are your districts. That's what you cover right now. Because you've ministered all over the world, right? So anyway, give her a hand. Our second sister is Sister Shani Jamila O'Neill. She's a writer, a poet, and an activist from Washington, D.C. She's a designer and director of the Art of Activism, an anthology seminar series that fuses political education and cultural work. She's a Fulbright scholar who has traveled to more than 25 countries. Shani is committed to working towards justice for Black people diasporically. Please give our sister a hand. Yeah, just stand. Let them see your face. Yeah, fabulous sister. Our next sister, Sister Dr. Regent Adelaide Sanford, also known as Mother Fatima, is Vice Chancellor of the Board of Regents of the State of New York. She's a Mellon Scholar at Teachers College at Columbia University. She is the wife of Dr. J.W. Sanford for 49 years. She's the mother of Dr. J. Sanford and David Sanford, grandmother of two males, and she has 4 honorary doctorates. And she is also my mom and my mentor. Not my spiritual mom, and my mentor. Please give a hand for our sister, Dr. Regent. Oh, that's where it is. There it is. I got it. Yeah. Okay, our next sister is Sister Malika. She said, not yet, right? Sister Malika Asha Sanders. She's co-founder of the African Diaspora Exchange Project. She's president of the 21st Century Youth Leadership Movement, and she's from Selma, Alabama, and she sits on our panel with her mom, who's sitting right next to her. Please give a hand to our Sister Malika.
You can't read my writing, y'all.
Sister Rose, who I know you wrote it, here it is. Sister Rose Saunders, age 59, look at that girl. Residing in Selma, Alabama, the heart of the civil rights movement, uses her training in law and community organizing to build institutions and movements to end tracking, miseducation, and other injustices that besiege African people. Please give this dynamic sister a hand. The next sister is Sister Thelusima Cadet. She's a social worker who received her MSW from Keene University. She is currently a school social worker in the Elizabeth School District in New Jersey. She is a native of Haiti and has lived in the United States since 1981. Please give our Haitian American sister a hand. The next sister is another sister that is close to me and who is a spiritual sister. We've done a lot of work together. Sister Cassandra Grant. She's an educator, lover of life, friend, and mother to all children. We are here in the life to find our purpose, she says, and perform it with great passion and commitment. She is a member of the New York State Department of Education and the Board of Education of People of African Descent. Please give our sister a hand. Our next sister is Sister Keisha Green. She's from South Carolina, currently living in Brooklyn, New York. She is an educator and an activist representing Blackout Arts Collective, a non-profit organization dedicated to empowering people of color through arts, activism, and education. And she's the baby on our group. Please give her a hand. Next sister, now I have to tell you about this sister. We started first year college together. We were roommates when she went to law school and I went to medical school. She has had my back through thick and thin, and I've got hers. And she is my sister, Catherine Thomas. Catherine is a native of New York who resides in Fort Washington, Maryland. After graduation from City College in New York, she taught in the New York City Public Schools for 2 years prior to moving to Washington, D.C. to attend law school. She has practiced law, been an entrepreneur and a broadcaster with WPFW, the DC Pacifica affiliate, and is currently a real estate professional. She believes her most important work to be her efforts with adolescent girls in the Rites of Passage ministry at the Union Temple Baptist Church. Please give our sister Catherine a hand. Now, this is another person that I know in a long time. First grade. Now, we hadn't seen each other for years until we both hooked back up because one of the things that I'm also doing is working at Rikers Island. And this last sister is Sister Renee Washington. She's been a nurse administrator at Rikers Island for 20 years. And she says her work brings her in touch with women of all ages. 90% are women of color and low income. They range from single to married, and some have children and others don't. One trait all have in common is low self-esteem. Many are HIV positive, they're drug addicts, and have prostituted for their drug addiction. And it complicates her intervention of treatment that she tries to administer to them. So she's been there for many years, and she's one of the major administrators at Rikers Island, and she's a sister with love and purity and gentleness in her heart. Please give a hand for my sister Renee Washington.
This is going to be an interactive opportunity. And what we did was we selected 4 people to speak to you. These are our keynoters. So they're going to speak for 5 minutes. And then others are going to raise subjects. And we want you to, if you want to comment on those things, to go to the microphones and make this an interactive session. So we're going to start with one of our young dynamic sisters with a beautiful offering from Shani. Thank you, Shani.
We some mighty, righteous women. We are some mighty, righteous women. We can make your eyes blink, your fingers pop, your neck snap, and your jaw drop. We can make your hair flip, your lips curl, your ears open, your head swirl. We can make your rivers run, your mountains rise, your foundations tremble, your families tie. I said we are some mighty, righteous women. And we are here to create rituals of remembrance that will lift our people up. We weave warnings into baskets and warm our people with hand-stitched patchwork quilts. We scat symphonies of cornrows and cornbread while battle scars brandish our tongues. We carve cleansing tears from the lightning bolts that sparked revolution in the souls of Turner, Tubman, and Toussaint. Okay. Vive Haïti! Vive Haïti! Vive Haïti! Vive Haïti! Vive Haïti! Et je sais qu'elle va vivre. I know that Haiti will live. Yes. Why? Because you can give us the remnants. You can give us what is left. And we will create life, complete with ringing laughter. And when we do this, God shall wipe away the tears from our eyes. Yes. Because our people, black people, we do not just survive, but we succeed. Mm-hmm. Yes. We do not just persist, but we prosper. Mm-hmm. We are some mighty, righteous women. Yes. We are some mighty, righteous people, setting fire to the wind with our song.
Sister Adelaide Sanford.
My round, brown, speckled, faced, long and tall, straight and curly. My sisters, round and brown and very sweet. We have been so maligned in terms of definition of who we are that it is important occasionally to review the legendary power of the African warrior women. Yes. And their blood and their intelligence and their heartbeat is in this room. Yes. I speak now of Makeda,
Yes.
of Hatshepsut,
Yes.
of Yasantawa,
Yes.
of Queen Tai, of Nefertari, of Nzinga, of Deborah the judge who went and said to Barak, "Didn't my Lord tell you?"
Yes. That's right.
We are reminded that we are the descendants of these great warrior women who knew how to make the impossible possible.
Yes,
One of the most legendary and profoundly important women in the history of women of African ancestry is the sister called Isis.
Yes.
Isis was a woman of noble birth.
Yes.
She was the wife of Osiris.
Yes.
And he was a chief, a king, a legend among his people. But he had a jealous brother whose name was Seth. And Seth had tried on many occasions to kill him, but he had not succeeded. So he strategized a way to not only destroy him, but to so mutilate his body, limb from limb, joint from joint, tissue from tissue, and scatter it so that it could never come together again. And he succeeded in destroying Osiris in the cruelest way, and of scattering the limbs, the internal organs, the brain, the ears, the eyes, the fingers, the toes, from each other all across the universe. But Isis, knowing the importance of future generations, would not accept the impossibility of the future and of a son to carry on the traditions of her people. And so she decided, in spite of the enormous obstacles she would find the broken pieces of his body
Yes, she did.
and put them together again. So she chose a sister to travel with her. And the legend said that they forgot about their royal robes and their hairstyles and their cosmetics and their jeweled sandals and their Gucci boots. And they made a decision that regardless to the pain and the mud and the filth and the dirt and the disappointments
Speak.
and the waste and the spit and the sputum, that they would find these pieces. The legend says that Isis' tears became the river Nile. She cried and she cried and she wept and she wailed, but she kept on going. She did not let her grief or her pain or her disappointment or her fallacies prevent her from pursuing her mission. The legend says she found these pieces and she carefully mended them and put them back together. The one piece that she couldn't find was the penis. And so that object, which is called the needle, Cleopatra's needle, and the other symbols, those are the symbolic representation of the penis of Osiris, which she never found. But you see, the semen does not originate in the penis. And so she found a bird who extracted from the innards of his body the semen and impregnated herself, artificial insemination, and brought forth her son. We as women know that the bodies of our men have been broken by racism, by negative definitions of who they are, by a world that determines your value by the power and the money that you have while they prevent you from securing the money and the power. And so they are scattered, disappointed, broken, looking for some way to ease their pain, understanding that the world fears most the strength, the virility, the courage, the capacity of the black man. It is the astronauts of color whose bones were able to endure space. It was black men of color who forged the great roads, temples, bridges that built not only America, but all across the continent. We must find those broken pieces. We must understand. We'll get our hands dirty. We will be misunderstood. We'll be insulted. We'll be discriminated against. But there is a mission that is higher because Makeda, Asantewa, they are in our blood and our genes. And the spirit of Isis lives. The broken bodies, the broken minds, the broken spirits, the lost hopes, the disappointment, the hopelessness which has seeped in and contaminated the ability to understand who they are. These men of African ancestry, only men in the universe who raised the children born of the rape of their wives. That's what happened during slavery. My grandfather was born of the rape of his African mother by the plantation owner. And I knew my grandparents in my lifetime. But it was the man to whom his mother gave her heart who raised him and loved him and nurtured him. So many black men in the chattel slave situation raised the children born of the rape of their wives. There is no creature more glorious than the male of Africa. In our sacred womb. We nurtured him. We breastfed him. We cannot discard him. Like Isis, he is what is hoped for. He is the father of all our tomorrows. We must rescue him and bring him to completion. take a sister's hand and decide that you will seek him out in dark places. Give him back the hope and the love. And the
That's right.
bring him to the majesty of who he
right.
really is. We are the daughters of Isis.
Yes, we are.
Queen Mother Adelaide Sanford.